Hello and welcome back to a replay cast from round 3 of the Summer Cup 2024 in Shogun. This being, of course, the first replay cast from round 3, meaning I think there's about 8 players left in this round, and 2 of them in this battle are on my left side in the pinkish colors, Oleg Vladimirovich, and on my right side in the yellow banner is Klayton. So we are on Ava Ridge Pass with a workshop and a sword dojo, both very important dojos. And we already see a Waco Raider with Banzai from Klayton towards the direction of the workshop. But let's see what else he has. So Klayton, as usual, brings a mix of leadership in Bushido General. Then he has some heavy Yari Cav, so 2 of them rank 6 and 4 light Cav, it would seem. It's not as strong as it looks with 4 light Cav, but it's still a lot. And infantry wise, we see the bulletproof Sam rank 4 with some sword attendants and a very standard Naginata warrior monk rank 6 rush. So for Oleg Vladimirovich, we do have also a mix between Bushido and Leadership General. We have some also 4 light Cav, interesting that both are going for 4 of them. Then we have a Naginata Warrior Monk Cav, vanilla, and that's it. So again, very weak on the cavalry for Oleg. And Cav wise, infantry wise, I mean, we see Naginata Sam rank 5 on the flank. Also, I think 4 Naginata Warrior Monks rank 6. The Long Yari Ash rank 9, very interesting with Hold Firm. I don't know about that. Usually I think the Long Yari Ash are more cost efficient on a lower level. But either way, there's also one more Naginata Sam, so one of them in each flank, one rank 5. And one more Yari Sam, level 0, charging forward towards the Wook Raiders, where he will have to be very careful here not to take this engagement. So Klayton being very aggressive here, trying to use the downward slope of the hilltop. But he has to be careful that these Wacos are not getting charged by the warrior monk Cav. I don't know why Oleg is not going for it. It would be worth the charge, I think. Especially with 3 armor. You can kill a lot on the charge bonus alone. Klayton tried to rest with light Cav. 19 kills, not bad, I guess. And here we see these Wacos, I fear, are going to do a lot of damage. Unless Oleg manages to back charge them. So on the other flank, next to the sword dojo, we see an engagement where Nagi warrior monks of Oleg were blocked by sword attendants and recharged by Klayton's warrior monks. This should be quite even. Although on this flank, Oleg does not have Cav, so theoretically Klayton could just ignore this flank and run away with his Cav and create an advantage in the center. But at the same time, Oleg managed to get into Klayton's unprotected matchlock cell with 2 light Cav, very good. And otherwise, we just see a couple Nagi warrior monks against Nagi warrior monk engagements, with neither player controlling any of the dojos, so they should be quite even. And here already only 20 men lost from the Waco Raiders, already 160 kills. This is insane. And now they're getting away from the Long Yari Ash as well. Very nice move from Klayton, charging them with sword attendants. Now they can't get into the spear wall. And now I think this would be a good idea to get in with the Waco Raiders. Now that the threat from the Long Yari is mitigated. So now we see Klayton retreating his Cav contingent from the right, where Oleg just had more infantry power. And now we see that Oleg might have the problem of his army not being mobile enough. But he also has 2 Cav in the back that are not yet being used. I think some of the melee engagements in the center were favorable to Oleg. I think they routed the Nagi warrior monks of Klayton. But at the same time, these Waco Raiders are just doing damage and damage and damage, and Oleg is not using his calf to kill the Wacos. I think this is a big mistake. This engagement very favorable to Klayton. Here we have the Matchlock Samurai firing into a blob with Bulletproof Sam, where they won't be very effective at trade. So Klayton now basically has to make sure that he speeds up the process of wrapping up this flank before Oleg's force from the left comes for support. But I think Oleg should seriously think about getting the Sword Dojo under control. Like, sending one unit there I think might be worth it. Now Klayton is going for it with his attendants, which is very good. And Oleg's general in standard fight, which was very good early on, but I think he stayed for it. He stayed in it for a bit too long, and now the general is completely encircled from warrior monks and Bulletproof Sam. I think he is going to die, and it shouldn't be a catastrophe because all of the units from Oleg that are left are high-level Nagata warrior monks with high morale anyway. But still, it's not ideal, I would say. And even though it's basically two high-value Waco Raiders and Bulletproof for Klayton against three highly vetted Nagi warrior monks from Oleg, I still think Klayton has the advantage here because these Waco Raiders are still pretty healthy on 270 kills, and they destroy Naginata units. Oh, one of them is a samurai, not a warrior. Yeah, and add to that the repeated backchargers made possible by the remaining calf of Klayton, and I think Oleg doesn't have the tools to pull it off here. So we have Bulletproof's 14 attack, 13 defense. Yeah, that's not enough to beat the Nagi warrior monks, but in combination with some calf backchargers, I think that would be quite sturdy here. A very close game actually. Both players went for quite similar approaches, I would say. Going for 4 Nagi warrior monks rank 6, going for 4 light calf. Klayton investing a little bit more, just a little bit more in his cavalry, and bringing a Waco, and whereas Oleg invested into 2 more Nagi Sams and a Yari Sam, which in the end I think didn't do much of a difference here in this battle. But I think also like the only matchlock that was on the field that I probably forgot to mention in the beginning, but the only matchlock on the field wasn't that effective either. It was the matchlock samurai in the center that was caught by 2 light calf. Yeah, 338 for Wacos. Bulletproof performing well, which is quite good considering that they fought against Nagi warrior monks most of the time. Yeah, matchlock Sam 50 kills. This was a miss micro. I didn't even notice it that they were on the battlefield because they didn't have an impact really. But yeah, I think Oleg failed to make these Nagi Sams and the Yari Sam on the flank work. Especially this Yari Sam was just massacred by Waco Raiders, which he could have charged multiple times with cavalry, and I think he missed each window of opportunity to do so. So that makes it 1-0 to Klayton in this best of 3, and that also means that after a quick break, I'll see you guys in game 2. Bye bye. Welcome back to game 2. We are on waterfalls with an archery dojo, a sword dojo, and a shrine. So very seductive to go to the lower side here with two of the superior dojos being down there. However, both Oleg and Klayton deploying their main force on the upper side with the archery dojo, which can also be quite useful to resupply ammo in case your opponent goes to the lower side and there's a prolonged skirmish battle. So really, I think both options, going for the lower and the upper ground, are very possible here. For Oleg, we have an unchanged general, 2 light cav in the center. If there's more cav, we can't see it yet. Skirmish-wise, he has a Matchlock Yash and a Matchlock Warrior Monk, vanilla. And I don't... Oh yeah, there's one bow, Daikyu Samurai 200 range. Then there's some Yariash with Old Firm, some with rank 4, some Lone Swords, rank 7, so no Banzai on them, which yeah, wouldn't be allowed either because he already went for the spear specialty in this battle. And yeah, vanilla Lone Swords. Vanilla Yari-Sam, sorry. And yeah, if I missed something in this blob, I'll probably notice it later. 2 more hidden cav appeared, one being again a vanilla Naginata Warrior Monk cav and a light cav, so Oleg Vadimovich quite likes the vanilla Warrior Monk cav, it would seem. And we have one Nagi Tenant going to the lower side, where Klayton also is sending a Nagi Tenant to the shrine, and a Matchlock Ash with a Yari Ash going for the sword dojo. Very important here. He has a main infantry backline of the Lone Sword with Banzai, 1 Matchlock Ash, 1 Matchlock Warrior Monk with increased range, as opposed to Oleg, which does not have it. Also Daikyu 200 range, the 4th Lone Sword with Banzai. So very conservative build here. Cav-wise, 2 heavy cav, 2 light cav, one of them being a rank 6 fire cav, and also an unchanged general of leadership and Bushido. So we see some skirmish trades. Oleg focusing the Matchlock Warrior Monk of Klayton, and Klayton returning the favor. But of course Klayton's Matchlock Warrior Monk is on a higher level, so it's also a higher level target. Which is probably the reason why he retreats it, other than to continue trading. But it looks like Oleg is deciding to be more aggressive here, probably recognizing that he is slightly outranged when it comes to skirmishers, especially matchlocks, but not too much, so he doesn't really have to overreact this much, I can say. Also some nice sniping from Klayton, killing half of this Naginata Warrior Monk cav. While I like the aggressive play here, taking the initiative can be quite hard to micro, especially such an Ashikaru army. Klayton can cover a lot of ground by just going into spear wall. So we have spear wall against spear wall here in the front line, supported now by Banzai Lone Swords, and Oleg manages to get into the Daikyu Samurai, which I don't think are protected. There's only fire cav there, which isn't that good for protection. So this will be interesting. At the same time, we have Daikyu focus firing a steady fighting of Klayton, very good move, I would say. But the problem is Klayton routed Oleg's Nagi Tenant, which means in a short while he will get the shrine and the +3 morale. And he already got the sword dojo, so just 2 melee attack, which can really make a difference in this mainline engagement. But Oleg created a nice gap for himself, I would say. And Klayton has to think of a way, I think, to protect the general here, and yeah, now he's getting out of standard fights and is probably making a run for it. And at the same time, we also see a flanking force of the Longsword level 7 coming down the hill, chasing the skirmish units of Klayton. These Longswords are very vulnerable to cavalry, so Klayton should probably think about how to use the remaining 2 cav units that he has to go for some of the cheap targets. And at the same time, we had a flanking cav from Klayton, one more Yari cav like before, going into the back of Oleg's main line, which was however protected by Yari Sam, so this cav by Klayton is going to die. And here we see now rank 7 Longswords fighting against rank 9 Longswords, obviously this engagement being in Klayton's favor. And now Oleg has the problem that now his bow has been taken out, and Klayton's skirmishers are back in the game, so they're no longer being assaulted or running away, but now they're active again and dishing out a lot of damage to those Longsword. Also managed to get second Metrolag Ash into the game again, whereas I don't think Oleg's is firing. And now they are firing at the Yari Ash from Klayton. But I don't think there's, aside from this light cav on the lower sides, I don't think there's any cav left for Oleg. So he has to be a lot more protective of his skirmish infantry. Yeah, we have 21 Longswords, 21 attack Longswords against 16 attack Longswords. It's just the difference the sword building makes here for Klayton. Oleg going for a safer position with the general, which wasn't standard fight. We probably have to go back into it very soon. Yeah, this light cav, 1 kill, has not been active in this battle really. Probably looking for an entry point to get some to get near these skirmishes of Klayton. Let's see if Klayton reacts and shoots it. I don't think so. So these Metrolag Warriors are going to die, but he might be able to shoot them with his bows. I think this light uses a lot of damage to their next body. Yeah, I don't think the light cavs will make it. And in the center, we see Oleg's last stand with the Yari Ash, the Metrolag Ash. Already wavering, but 140 kills, not bad. I don't think like there was anything that Oleg did particularly wrong in this assault. He even managed to create a very nice gap here, going into the die queues that were positioned here, combined with the flanking maneuver from Longswords. It was just that in the end, Klayton had the shrine and the sword on his side, buying him lots of time and staying power for units that were perhaps disadvantaged but still holding out. And yeah, I think that just made it difficult for Oleg to be successful. So it can't hurt to send some more units to the lower side to at least contest the gold list, I would say. Firecraft, 244 kills. I didn't notice them in particular, really. Like, they were in the center of the infantry bash, just assisting them, and I didn't really notice any charges from them, but they seem to be doing well. Dike used 127 against Dike used 60, but most of these 60 kills were on the general, so that should be noted. And I think in the end, I didn't see how Oleg used the hold firm on his Yari Ash, to be honest, but probably would have been wiser to go the way that Klayton went and go for the Banzai Lone Swords instead of the Wolfram Yariash. Because Lone Swords are just a more proactive unit than a Yariash. Yariash are only really worth it and cost efficient in a spear roll, and in a spear roll you're not particularly more mobile. So I think army-wise was a slightly better decision by Klayton. But again, the main difference maker were the two dojos on the lower side. Either way, two very good games, two very close games. Nonetheless, it means that Klayton wins the best of 3 with a score of 2-0 and moves into the I think it's the quarterfinal. I'm not sure. Moves into round 4, where he will be playing against the winner of I believe Pro Ace and Spice Merchant. So anyway, I'll cast some more games from round 2 and from the lower bracket this weekend. I'll see you then, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.